need some background music. I think we're live. Falcon.
Are you tired of being lost in the Forex market?
I'm
Well,
not
you
tired
will
of
get a
being
lot of free education.
lost. Right. All right, how is everyone doing? Whom do we have? Okay, we have 8 people on the Zoom. Can we see your faces, those on the Zoom, if possible? We have Christoph from Greece. We have Benjamin from Nigeria. We have Safas Ghana, Desmond Ghana, Edgar from Moscow. From Mexico, sorry, and Emmanuel from Ghana, but living in Ukraine, and Michael living where in Ghana. Okay, so it's going to be today should be fun actually. Not really something that we are really going to, it's not going to be really aggressive, but it's going to be cool. Right, so how many people do we have here? We have 67, 70 between 6 likes. So if you just joined us, do like the video, and let us know where you're coming from. Let's take this to at least 50. Okay, at least 50 likes. Rafael Martinez, I'm very fine. I've been fine. Just been busy. Hello from Uganda. Hello. When are you going to add me to the Zoom? You have to request. You have to tell me that you want to be on the Zoom, and I'll add you. There are no special people here. I'm not even special. No one is special. Yes, just let me know. No sound. Wow. Okay. All right, can you guys now hear me? 1, 2. Let me know if you can hear me now. I'm from.
You can hear.
Yes, thanks.
All right. Those on the live streams, YouTube, can you guys hear me? You let me know quickly. Let's start this. Can you hear me? 1, 2. Loud and clear. Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, so we are almost 120 here. Almost 100. I mean, let's take this to 70 likes, then we start. Let's take this to 70 likes, then we start quickly. So we are going to talk about gold. We are going to talk about GBP USD. We are not trading US 30 today. I haven't been consistent with US 30 this week. I don't know why. You would get the direction, but I don't know. The news hasn't been so straight for me. So I try to pause on US 30 a bit. So I'm not trading US 30 today. I'll be focusing on Nasdaq and focusing on US oil. Not US oil today. US oil, there's holiday in USD, so we are going to focus on UK oil, right? So let's try something new, something different, and we're going to trade gold too. And I'm going to explain. Yes, I took some losses on gold, and I'm going to explain to you guys why I took that losses. And we're going to talk about some bits of trading psychology, right? People think psychology is mostly about fear, greed, whatsoever. I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to teach you guys 3 different types of trading psychologies, and I think it will help you guys. And we are going to definitely talk about the FTMO too, right? I hope I do, convince you guys. I don't know. All right, let's take this to 100. Let's quickly take this to 100 likes. Benjamin, what's your account size? What's your account size? Are you trading on a live account yet, or you're still practicing?
No, I'm still practicing.
You're still practicing. Okay.
I'm not in a rush.
Pardon?
I'm not in a rush. I want to take it gradual.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So who trades on a live account here? Who trades on a live account on the Zoom? Who's on the Zoom?
I do. Miss Christoph.
Okay, Christoph does. Do you trade on a prop firm, or you trade on your?
Excuse me?
Do you trade on a prop firm? Do you trade with a prop firm, or do you
No,
trade
I
with-
haven't. I opened an account with ICM brokers back last year.
Great.
So I'm still looking for various other brokers.
All right, cool. So you trade with your own live account. Who else? So guys,
I was having a live account, but then
but
like I traded on a live account, moved from $20 to $85, registered for MFF, and I failed, so I'm down.
Same
here.
All right. So you also, let's say you lost your money. Let's just put it that
Yeah,
you lost your money.
yeah,
All right, cool.
yeah.
All right. So we are going to have nice discussions about psychology, right? Technical psychology, fundamental psychology, and self-image psychology, right? Better than my live account. Okay, so let's take this to 100 quickly. We are at 73. We are 113. Right. So if you just joined, just keep the likes up, keep pushing the likes up. Let's quickly start something now. We are going to trade gold. We are going to trade UK oil. We are going to trade GBP USD. We are going to trade Euro NZD, and we are going to trade Euro CHF. I'm going to focus on Euro pairs today, not USD pairs today. I'm using live on Pepperstone. Okay, I'm really disturbed. Why are you disturbed? Sorry. Alright, so guys, let's hurry. 23 more quickly. 23 more. 20 more. And yes, definitely, I'll give you guys some updates on Bitcoin. Right, it hasn't been what I expected, but I'm going to give you some updates on Bitcoin too, and update on Ethereum, right, and update on GBP JPY. I think I'm in that trade too.
Always, I like their shirts.
You like my shirt, eh? Oh, thank you. 14 people left for I think just 15 people. 15 likes left. Let me start. Benjamin bought this shirt for me, actually. One of the richest guys in Russia got me a shirt. I bought the 100k FTMO account and I blew it. Oh, what happened?
For the FTMO, their leverage is different. It's 1 to 100 and 1 to
100, yeah.
200.
Yes,
And
yes.
if you don't take care, you just be
All right,
very
so
account.
10 people. I'm going to give nice updates on that. If you want to really trade funding programs, it's really a good thing. I passed a 10K challenge. That's nothing, and I'm going to even give that to someone as a giveaway. Someone who really needs to, who is a good trader but doesn't have funds. I'll just give it to that person. 5 more to 100 likes. I'm still on the 100K myself. I'm also on the 400K myself. So I haven't yet passed it. I started 2 days ago. So I'm hoping next week or next week I pass it. Then let's see.
How was it when you started? How was it?
How was it? I passed it with Bitcoin and Ethereum.
No, the 400K when you started, and was there improvement or maybe
Okay, I
because
think that was my fourth or my third big account that I've ever traded.
okay,
Account more than 200K. That was my third account. The first one was from an investor deal. The second one was my own account. The third one is FTMO. So it's
okay.
it's 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 a different psychology trading with a big account. You can't use the psychology trading on a $5,000 account to trade on a 100K account. It's totally different. Right.
Okay, thank you.
Right, so let's just one like more, then we start. One like more quickly. All right, and thanks for 100 likes. So we can go straight into the charts. We can go straight into the chat. So let's start by talking about what is happening on Forex Factory. So today is Thursday, 25th November, right? And we have the bank holiday for USD pair. So I always say this, that when there's a bank holiday for a certain pair, it's wise you don't trade it at all. It's wise you just stay off the market. So definitely we are not going to be trading anything USD, right? And if we are not trading anything USD, that means we are not trading pairs like GU XXX USD pairs with XXX USD pairs. We are going to stay away from it today, and we are not also not going to trade anything USD XXX, be it USD CAD, USD JPY, USD CHF. Those pairs. We're not going to trade all these pairs. Any pair that involves USD, right? You're not going to trade it, whether it's a quote or it's a base pair, right? You're not going to trade it, and that means we are not going to trade pairs from stocks. What are the pairs from stocks that's affected by USD?
US 30, NAS 100,
US
XPS
30.
500,
Okay, US 30. You're not going to trade US 30. You're not going to trade XPS 500. You're not going to trade
NAS
NAS.
100.
You're not going to trade NAS 100. Okay, cool. So these are the pairs that and we're also not going to trade US oil. Right, we're also not going to trade US oil. Okay. Right, so these are the pairs that we are going to stay away from. So any other pairs, we are going to trade them. All right, we're going to let's start talking about Bitcoin. Let's start talking about Bitcoin. Right, I was really surprised to see Bitcoin at 58K. Right, I was really surprised. Now let's just give an overview on what's still happening on Bitcoin. Right, what's happening on Bitcoin. So still, Bitcoin is still in play, right? It's just bootstraps as usual, right? Now, this is what's happening on Bitcoin, right? We had same uptrend, lower lows, highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? So we're expecting price to definitely come here in the near future before we have bullish momentum. But what is happening now? What's happening on Bitcoin now? So let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. Why isn't there why didn't Bitcoin, like I called out Bitcoin, I think 57 something, right? 57 500 or 58K, and it went to just 200 pace or 300 pace and reversed back, and it's reversing back. I think those that were still in that trade. I got out of that trade. I even posted my profit, the $7,000 that I had, euros that I had. I got out. I knew there was going to be a rate test again, but I didn't see the rate test coming to rate test this whole zone again. Like what happened here, like what happened here. I didn't see that happening, right? I saw it retesting to 75, 57, 700 or 57, 500, but I didn't see that's happening here. This was what I saw. It got here, it was retesting, then boom, it came up again. This was the retest I was expecting, but it failed and we had an up move. So what is happening on Bitcoin now? Bitcoin is still in play, right? Bitcoin is still in play. There's nothing to panic. Just that it's coming for more bootstraps. Like what happened here? More bootstraps. Let's confuse or let's convince people to, buy this market more, and we will short them. Like what happened here? Price got here. People were buying. It got here again, rejected this zone and sold again. So same thing is likely to happen. I'm still expecting Bitcoin to even push up a bit to somewhere here. I wouldn't be surprised seeing Bitcoin at 60k in the next few days before it drops back to 52k, but it could also break above. But I'm not seeing Bitcoin as bullish now, right? It would be bullish in December after retesting 52k or 50k or 49k. After retesting that area, then we would see 80k parabolic move. But it's too early to trade Bitcoin. Now if you're trading Bitcoin, it's too early. It's either you got trapped, right? So most of the people saying they lost money, it's because they over traded and they got trapped. They were expecting the 52k to happen. Actually, I gave a prediction that 52k or 53k was a must. So if, let's say I gave the prediction at 57k or 58k, right, and price went to 55k, I think price went to 55k and reversed. So that was like 200 pips, and people wanted more than 200 pips or more than 300%. That's where a lot of people got trapped in it, right? A lot of people got trapped in it, and so we would see about that. Next time I wouldn't really give a prediction, I'll give a signal. I think a signal would really help people identify stop losses and everything, right? So we would see. Someone says double bottom. Okay. Bitcoin doesn't work with patterns, right? It doesn't really work with patterns. Yes, it could be a double bottom. It also touched my zone here and also rejected. So we will see about Bitcoin. It still has a zone here to come. So we'll see what happened in this zone. But I still think it's very, very, very much bearish if you considering another trend line that we are seeing, right? We will see about that. Because price has broken the previous lower lows. This is a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We are likely to see another rate test back here, and that could lead us to the breakout. So Bitcoin is still in play. I'm not in any position in it though, but we will see. The next trade, it wouldn't be a prediction, it would be a signal on Bitcoin. Right, would be a signal on Bitcoin. So that's Bitcoin. Nothing really interesting in it now. Right, so let's go talk about gold. Quickly, let's go talk about gold. We had this whole gold move, right? The other time we had this whole gold move, I think almost 400 pips to this downside, right? To this downside. On the 1D time frame, this is how gold looks. Gold has been respecting trend lines, right? They go here, rejected, go here, rejected, and it's gotten here. Right now, the reason why I lost yesterday, right? Yesterday I think I was in profit. I was in nice deep blues, but I don't know what I was really thinking yesterday. I don't know what I was really thinking, because I feel like price has to come retest this whole zone of mine before going up, and I was wrong actually. Price didn't actually retested the trend line and came out. So I always tell people this, right? If you are seeing a 200 pips move in a market, right? If you are trading, right, and let's say you see a 200 pips move in the market, let's say you see this whole move, let's say from here to here, that's like 380 pips. This whole thing is like 380 pips. Don't target the whole 380 pips. Don't target the whole 380 pips. You can always look out to target at least half of the pips, because if you're going to target the whole pips, sometimes price could come here and walk down into your entry. Price could sometimes come here and walk down to your entry, like what happened here. Price got here in the middle of the zone and walked out into entry. So if, let's say, a prediction or something like a signal is given to you from your signal analyst or whoever is giving you signals, right, and the person is saying and the person is saying, let's say, how should I put it? The person is saying, let's say, let's sell gold, right? And gold, the TP is like we are targeting, let's say 380 pips. 380 pips is a lot of pips to catch in the market. You can even be making 50 pips and be okay. But if you're going to be more greedy and you try to target the whole 350 pips, I'm not saying the price may not it could retest here, but at least you should always, if we are targeting 380 pips, at least be targeting more, only half of that 380. Your entry would be here, your TP would be somewhere in the middle of the lane. You don't really need to bother about it. Those were once, this is one of my rules that I use in trading, and I abuse my rules. So I didn't really get mad at losing yesterday, right? I didn't really get mad at losing on gold yesterday, because it was just me abusing my rule. I know that this whole thing is like 400 pips move. I should have been targeting 200 pips. And yes, targeting 200 pips, I had the 200 pips, but I felt more greedy and I got into the market more. And that's when I got clapped. I tried to make this whole small move, and that's how I got clapped yesterday on gold. But it's sometimes I always say that discipline, right? Discipline is the most hardest thing in trading, right? You can have your plan and everything, but following the plan is really difficult. Yes, I abused one of my plans and I got clapped. So it was just me over trading, maybe, I don't know, over trade. After having 200 pips, I could have left the market, but I was trying to target this 100 pips left, and price rejected, and we would see. So gold, there's nothing to trade on gold for now. There hasn't been volume since yesterday. Gold is consolidating, right? Gold is consolidating, and when a price is consolidating, you always want to wait for price to break above or below. If it breaks above, we could go for more buys on gold. If it breaks below, we go for more sells on gold. So either ways, we are going to make money. It's just how patient we are to stay in the market, right? How patient we are to wait for the consolidation phase to be done, right? So gold is consolidating. We can't take any trade on gold yet, right? It hasn't been volatile. It's been consolidating. So this whole thing is consolidating. So whenever you are seeing price, consolidating, or have been choppy, just leave it and await breakout to the upside or to the downside. So I'm not going to trade. I'm going to wait for gold to break upside or to the downside. Then we take some signals on gold. So we are going to keep watching gold for today. I don't know if that's going to happen on the New York session. We're going to see volatility to the upside, but I'm expecting volatility to the upside because of the trend line on the 1D time frame. Okay, because of the trend line on the on the 1D time frame. Right, it's kind of respecting the trend line. So we just need to see a break above this, let's say 1797 or 1796, and we see some bullish momentum on gold to 1820. That's like 250 pips. So either way, you're going to wait one. It's just about we being patient, right? We being patient. Right, any questions?
Should trend lines be drawn on the 1D or the 4 time frame?
Pardon?
Trend line.
You should draw it on the 4-hour time frame. I just wanted it to be very visible to you guys. You could see first touch, second touch, third touch, right? So I'm expecting more buys too. Maybe 18. That's like on the long run, 900 pips to catch on gold. On the long run, 900 pips to catch on gold. So you just need to await breakouts, right? Yes, I lost money, and yes, I know most people also lost money heavily. But I always say this: whatever the market takes, it gives back. You lose 1,000, you can make 2,000 tomorrow. You lose 2,000, you can make 4,000 tomorrow. Right? If you let your losses affect you, it will affect your psychology, and you'll be thinking like, you have to move on. You have to move on. It has happened. You have to focus on the next. Look, you have lost 1,000, I've lost 500, I've lost 200. How do I make this money back? Right? That's what we call self-image psychology. You have to have that psychology. Right? Let's talk about. So what pairs do you guys want us to trade? Right? So I didn't really make any setups, right? But if you guys want us to trade something, you can just let me know and we trade it.
We're trading the UK oil today.
All right, so let's look at UK oil. Okay, so first pair to look at, UK oil. Okay, let's trade UK oil. That's the crude. Right. Okay, so what's happening on the UK oil? Let's go straight to the 1D time frame. Let's go straight into the 1D time frame. So this is what's happening on UK oil, right? We have, what trend is this? What trend is this?
Uptrend.
It's an uptrend. So we are looking for what? Buying opportunities. But do you think this is going to be a good time to buy this market?
No.
Why?
I think it's still
Market
consolidating.
is in a pullback phase.
Okay.
We should wait for the pullback.
Okay, price is in a pullback. Let's come to the 4-hour time frame and see what's really the pullback phase this guy is talking about. So this is a trend line, right? This was just a fake out. This is the whole trend line on the 4-hour time frame on UK oil, right? So this was just a fake out, a fake breakout, right? Or a bullish trap or a bull trap, right? So yep, uptrend, but we are looking for opportunities to sell this market. Uptrend, but we are looking for, but it's a downtrend on the 1 hour and the 4-hour time frame. But this thing is consolidating. So what we want to do is we want to be very, very, very patient here. We want to be very, very, very patient here. We will draw our box here, and this thing is choppy. We can't trade in this, right? We can only trade when this thing has broken below this level or has broken above this level. Right, so even if you are going to trade this, we can use what sell stops, because we are looking for what selling opportunities. This is a nice downtrend market, right? This is a nice downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows, highs, lows, highs. So yes, we could expect lower lows before we have a breakout above, or we could also have a breakout above here. It's also possible. So we see, should we use sell stops or we should just leave it? Nothing to trade here, nothing really interesting here.
Leave it. Let it do its work before.
All right, so let's just leave it. Sell stops, I wanted to use sell stop, but let's just leave it. It could have a breakout above, right? It could have a breakout above. So that's for UK oil, right? Always, aren't you talking about cryptos? I like I said on my live the other time, if you guys watched my live the other time, right? I said something about trading cryptos, right? You can be, I was having lots of DMs. Always, what coin do you think would go ×2 in the next years? What coin do you think I should invest in the blah blah blah, you know? And I was saying this, that you can have $100 account, you can invest $100 into something, right? And after 3 years, you still be having just $100 profit. You can invest $500 into something, and after 6 months, you still be seeing just $20 profit, or you still be at red on crypto. GBP JPY. All right, let's talk about GBP JPY. Okay, that's GBP JPY. So GBP JPY, it's still valid. It's still valid actually. It's still valid actually. I think we're in profit on this one. Those that took this trade with me, we are still in profit on this one. I saw price, you know, downtrend, had a pullback, consolidated a bit, came back here, but it has been playing within this trend. It has been playing within this trend. I think this whole thing is a consolidation. I would have waited to take the real sales here to this whole zone, but I feel it's just rejected this trend line. So it's still valid. It's still valid. But I told my VIP guys, yo, take some profits, because I learned something about taking profits, you know, from gold yesterday. I always love, taking 100 pips, 200 pips profits, but gold really taught me something about taking profit at 70 pips. We had 70 pips the other day, yesterday, and we left it. I was like, yo, I want more, so let's just wait. And we ended up losing money. So sometimes, man, take profits, secure the bag. So take profits. We've taken profits, so I don't know for GU now, but I think it's more sales on GU, It should somehow sell to this side before going up. So I'm still bearish on GJ. I'm still bearish on GJ. It's just running, I think, 30 something pips. Nothing too big or nothing to laugh about. Just 30-40. But if you're even going to be making 40 pips a day, 50 pips a day, man, you're blessed. So that's 39 pips, right? 39 pips so far on GJ. All right, what other pair do you want us to talk about? What's the title of this?
UK 100.
UK 100. We just talked about UK 100.
No, that was UK oil.
UK 100. Okay, UK 100. But before UK 100, let's talk about GBP NZD. Right, GBP NZD. What's happening there on GBP NZD? Oh, so this is very bullish. But what do we see here on the 4-hour time frame? What do we see on GBP NZD? We see a kind of downtrend, right?
Yeah, downtrend.
But I said something about trading trends. If you are trading trends and you are seeing, this whole pullback, what does that make it?
A weak downtrend.
A weak downtrend. That means you are going to expect violation of what? Market structure very soon. So if you see some lots of big pullbacks in a trend, expect violation of market structure very soon. So I wouldn't be surprised if this has a breakout, right? Like what is happening here, a break, a rate test, then prices going up. I wouldn't be very surprised if price would keep pushing up. But let's look at what's happening on the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, I wouldn't be really surprised. Alright, so because this is a weak downtrend, a very, very weak one. A very, very weak one, a weak downtrend. I wouldn't be taking anything on GNZD. Nothing really to trade here. Even if I'll be trading, I'll be looking for buys. So nothing to trade there too. Alright, no confirmations, no entries. Alright, no confirmations, no entries. Always what's okay, it's a live stream from Falcon FX. Falcon FX, where is it? This is it. Trading and back testing, blah blah blah. I just use this for Zoom. I don't really use it. Just use this for still holding GJ, okay. But I left GJ. I always talk about Alibaba. Okay, let's talk about Baba.
Baba Tesla.
Alright, so Alibaba, what are we seeing on Alibaba? I was expecting Alibaba to, come to touch. Did we get the buy limit activated? The other time, I think we took this trade. Mine didn't get activated. So I think it was just left with 10 pips to get activated, and boom, it reversed. Who had it? Whose limit got activated? Okay, no one here took this trade. So Alibaba is still a downtrend. I'll be looking for buying opportunities with this gap. I'm still targeting 300 points on this, on this whole move. But the problem now lies or plays down with entries. At what entry am I going to take this trade? At what entry am I going to take this trade? If you miss the trade, you can be using buy stops, right? You can be using buy stops. So let's just use buy stops on Alibaba. You can be using buy stops at 138. Right, 138. And you would be looking for it to catch this whole move. That's like 300 and what? 310 points. When I say 310 points, that's like 300 pips, you know. And there's also a free range. You can see there's just 1 week here, so it makes it a free range. So it's very, very certain, and there's a gap to be filled. So yes, Alibaba is one of the stocks you can invest, but I love trading stocks than investing, right? I only invest in crypto, I trade stocks. So Alibaba is still a good trade. If you miss the first buy limit, I think we are up. If yours got activated, we are up 60 points. Right? If yours got activated, we are up 60 points. But if yours didn't, I think let's take Alibaba trade for those that didn't get theirs activated. So our first trade will be on Alibaba. Buy stops at 138. Buy stops at 138, and our TP. I said this today that if you have a 300 points or a 300 pips move to catch on a pair, what do you do? Anyone?
Go for the 200 for less.
Exactly. You don't target the whole 300. You try to target at least half of it. 300 divided by 2, that's like 150. You are not trying to be greedy. You are not trying to make everything here. So let's say we want to target 200 at least. Let's just say we just want to target 200 or 220. Because prices, you know, this November market always moves this way. Market goes up and, you know, comes down to your entry and could even come to hit your stop loss. Right, so it's going to be very uncomfortable if you are going to see 100 pips running and you're going to keep on holding. You are going to lose it back, right? So it's very, 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 very wise to always take profits. Always, you know, after let's say 100 pips, you've made enough, you close it, you close positions, right? You close positions. Let's say our first TP will be 150. Let's just target 150 pips. We make 150 pips. We are done. That's like using the small lot size for and make $150. Right, so our first trade will be on Alibaba. Buy stops at 138. TP should be 152. TP 152. That's 150 pips. Sorry, 160 pips. Right. So we are not trying to make everything here. If we are trying to make everything here, we are trying to be greedy, right? This is one of the lessons that I've learned, you know, this November, right? Try not to make everything like I'm so used to catching. That's why US 30 most people lose these days. Even I'm included, right? I don't really love to take my profits after 60 points. You could see US 30 would always go to this week has always gone to 60-90 pips, and it would, you know, go straight to stop loss. So if you're not taking your profit at 60 pips or 90 pips, you would be at a losing, you know, and it even hurts more than seeing 60 pips, 90 pips, you don't take it and trade falls back all the way down to your stop loss. It hurts so much and so bad, right? It hurts so much and so bad. So and I don't really love, you know, trading and taking 60 pips on US unless I'm using a very big lot size. But at least at the end of the day, securing partials is better than seeing partials and not taking it and getting back into losses. So stop loss should be placed at where stop loss should be placed. So we'll put 132 right on Alibaba. That should be like 50 pips or 50 points. SL. It's a very, very good trade. For stock investors would really invest in this. It's a very, very good trade. I like this pair because it's very stable. Unlike Tesla, Tesla is a bit too, you know, fast, volatile. Unlike this. Yes, Alibaba is currently closed because stocks are closed. That's why it's not moving, right? So if it opens, you can take it. think market will open in 60 minutes. So if it opens, you can take this trade, right? This is it. Alibaba, you can see price has closed. It's not moving. It's not moving. Right, so New York session will open in 60 minutes. So after 60 minutes, do take this trade. Buy stops at 138, stop loss at 132, TP at 152, 160 points, risking 50 points for 160. That's 1:3 risk reward ratio. That's going to be our first trade, and I explained why we are taking this trade. Downtrend, we are looking for what? Selling opportunities, yes, but price is at a lower high. We want to get price at a lower low. We want to get a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. We're just catching a pullback. That's why we don't want to, get into the hole or risk too hard on this. I can't place trade on FTMO. After market opens, you would be able to place it on FTMO. All right, Elvis, can we check GBP CHF? Okay, what is your bias on GBP CHF? GBP CHF. So first trade, you can write it somewhere in 50 minutes. We can get something on there. GBP CHF. Okay, what's happening here? Let me delete everything and see what's happening here. Okay. What's your bias here? What is your bias here? All right, let's talk about the trend of the markets. Say first, what's the trend of this market?
This market is ranging.
This market is ranging. Now, let me tell you something. How to be a smart trader, right? How to be a very smart trader. Majority of the time, or 90% of the time, markets or prices are what? Ranging, or prices are consolidating. You see this whole choppy thing in the market, and just 10% of the time you see price what's trending. It's either going up or coming down, right? Or it's either trending, or it's either trending in an uptrend or going in a downtrend. Now, the reason why 90% of traders do lose, right? The reason why 90% of traders do lose is very simple. They always do what 90% of people do. They always do what the 90% are doing. The 90% are trading in what? Ranging markets. They find themselves, okay, there's a ranging market, let me just trade it. And there's a probability of trading in ranging markets and losing. Right, there's a probability of trading in range market, and it's always hard to find markets, trending. So whenever you come to your 1D time frame and you see that the price is not, in a trend, it's not in an uptrend or in a downtrend, just leave it, go to another pair. That's how you trade smart. Unless you know how I trade. You guys know how I trade, the way I trade my zones. My zones fit into anything. You can be using zones and you can still be trading in ranging markets. But at the end of the day, it's not really worth trading in range market, because the probability of losing money in a ranging market is very high. Very, very, very high, because you don't know the movement of the market. The market is just choppy. Very, very, very high, risky. But let's see if we can trade here. So on a 4-hour time frame, we are seeing some is this a downtrend? Is this a downtrend? It's still ranging.
I think the market structure is not really clear.
It's not really clear. This is still ranging. Why? Because we could see lower lows, lower highs. There should have been a lower low here. You could see, but there was a lower low here, right? It couldn't break the previous lower low. So this makes this whole thing ranging and uncomfortable to trade. Then there, you know that this thing is not something that you should look after. Right? I know people will come here and do this. They'll just draw trend line here. Okay, you are looking. It's forming a downtrend. Let's look for selling opportunities. They do another trend line here. Another trend line here. Oh, price should come. Price should come here and come here, then go back up, man. If you are doing this, then you're more than even a beginner trader. I don't know how to even call you. right?
You're an artist. You're drawing
Yes,
lines.
you are just drawing, you are just designing, you are just, doing a Tom and Jerry on the charts, right? You are here to make money, right? You are here to make any setup that you see that makes you feel uncomfortable, just leave it. Like, this is something that makes me feel uncomfortable. Just leave it, go to the next pair. You've indirectly, you are profitable because you've saved monies that you are supposed to lose. Directly, you've saved monies that you are supposed to lose.
Nice philosophy. Yeah.
No confirmation, no trade. If you're not seeing a trend market on the 1D time frame, like you see something like this, if you're not seeing something like if you're not seeing something like this on 1 day time frame, don't trade at all. If you're seeing something choppy, leave it, stay away. 90% traders will just trade anything that they see. They just trade anything that they see. They just come into the market, they trade anything that they see. And that's why on the long run, you'd end up taking 7 trades a day. 7 trades a single day, and you lose 3, you win 3, you have a break-even 1. What are you doing to yourself? You are trying to, I don't know, play. It's like you are playing here and you are not going to be profitable at the long run. And that's why a lot of people, become exhausted, because you are working too hard. You are taking 7 trades a day, you are taking 8 trades a day, 9 trades a day, 10 trades a day, and you think the more you only become successful or you become profitable because you are taking lots of trades in a single day. No. Alright, so guys, if you see something on a 1D time frame like this, leave it. Ranging market, leave it. If it's choppy, leave it. Unless it's gold. I'm talking about currency pairs, right? If it's ranging like this, just leave it. There's a lot of another pair to trade. Go to the next pair. There's another pair to trade.
Can we check GBP ZAR?
Alright, so GBP ZAR. Wow, I've never traded it before. I only trade USD ZAR.
Some pairs don't move, but some pairs are very exotic. You always overlap.
Yes. All right. So what is the trend of this market? GBPs are okay. It's ranging, but it's at the top. All right. It's ranging, but it's at the resistance level. Not unlike the other one that we saw, which was in the middle. This is like in a resistance level. So yes. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see whether we can get opportunities here. It's at the resistance level, so clearly we should be looking forward selling opportunities. Now look at this. What is the trend of this market? Anyone on the 4-hour time frame? Is this ranging?
I think it's an uptrend, but
it's an uptrend.
It's a nice, exactly. It's a nice uptrend. You can trade in something like this. This is higher low, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. We're expecting what? Higher lows before another what? Another higher high. Doesn't this make sense now? You understand something now. So this is where you try to now put in your trend lines, right? You now try to put in your nice trend lines. Let's say you draw a trend line. You can draw it from people ask me, okay, how do I draw a trend line? Do I draw it from left to right? Do I draw it from right to left? I always tell people, draw your trend lines from right to left. Why do you draw your trend lines from right to left? Because you are trying to understand what is happening on the market presently, and before you try to understand what's happened on the market before. So you should always try to draw your trend line from the right to left. Some draw it from the left to right. It's also good. It just has to be valid, right? It just has to be. So we understand that this is what's happening here. Let's draw another trend line here. But wait, what type of trend? What type of trend is this? What type of trend is this?
Uptrend.
It is
quick uptrend.
Good.
General uptrend with resistance, right?
Yes.
I think it's a strong one.
It's a weak uptrend. It's a weak uptrend. Very, very weak. Why is this a weak uptrend? Now look at this. Now let's learn something now. Weak uptrends, right? Weak uptrends always have this. You can see big pullbacks, big pullbacks, big pullbacks. Strong uptrends always have something like this. I'll show you example on the US 30 chart and the XPS.
Yeah, very, very, very weak.
These are the two types of trends that you should be looking out for. So if you are seeing an uptrend like this, know that the trend wouldn't keep on going up. There's going to be a big fall. If you see an uptrend, listen to this carefully. If you see an uptrend which has lots of pullbacks, right, know that the trend would violate very soon. You see either the trend, pushing up like this and, falling hard.
I think there's an example on Nasdaq.
Yes, let's look at Nasdaq. Is it an uptrend, a strong uptrend or a weak uptrend? Before you come to the ZAR trade.
1 hour time frame.
Okay, let's quickly look into but before let's talk about US 30. Let's look at US 30. Let me delete everything. We're not trading US 30 today, like I said. Is this a strong uptrend or a weak uptrend?
Oh, this is a really strong one.
This is a strong up. You can see there's not really pullbacks, but it's going up. It keeps on going up. So it gives you the whole idea that US 30, it will really be hard to see US 30, fall. Like a great fall, like something like a crash. It's going to be really, really, really hard. Do you get it? Let's look at Nasdaq. There's one says we should look at Nasdaq. Let's look at XPS before you even come to look at Nasdaq. Look at SPS. What type of uptrend is this?
Strong one.
Very strong. You can see there's small pullbacks, little pullbacks. So you know that this trend is what you're looking for, strictly buying opportunity. It's very difficult to sell against this trade. I tried selling against this whole move, trying to get a pullback to the previous, trying to get this whole pullback before price goes up, and you could see I got clapped, and I've even hit stop loss because I violated my simple rules. Never sell against strong uptrends. This is how you become, you know whether you are going to take this trade or you are not going to take this trade. I always tell people that the way I teach, people how to trade, I don't teach strategies. I can teach you a candle formation strategy. I can teach you wick strategy. I have a lot of strategies that I can teach people, but I don't focus on strategies. I try to focus on how people can understand the market for themselves, because strategies can fail. Some strategies works for strictly breakout, some strategies work for break and retest, some strategies works for just zones, some strategies works for fake out, some strategies work for traps, bull traps or bear traps, some strategies works for patterns, some strategies work for different strategies, some strategies works for indicators, and strategies. There are lots of thousands of strategies in the world, but if you are going to learn a strategy, that means you are going to adjust into one way of trading. You're either trading breakout, or if you're not seeing that, let's say if you are going to use moving average, if you're using moving average strategy and you know that let's say you're using MA50, price doesn't break above MA50, you're only looking for sales if price break above MA50. If price doesn't break above MA50, you're not looking for sales. Same thing as, let's say, Bollinger Bands. I know people who use Bollinger Bands. You have the upper band, the middle band, the lower band. I've been using all these things when I started trading, but I'm past these things. You see price gets here to the upper band, you sell, right, to the middle band. You see price break below the middle band, you sell to the lower band. If you see price moving up to from the lower band, you look for buying opportunities. Isn't that what you guys do? I know all these things, but I've moved from these things into knowing that markets doesn't really work. There's nothing like a holy grail, like 100% strategy, but there's 100% way of trading or finding a holy grail in the market if you really understand what you are doing. Because if you understand market structure itself, right, you are really going to find yourself adjusting in any type of market. If the market is an uptrend, you adjust. If the market is a ranging market, you adjust, because you know what you're looking out for in the market. You know that, no, I've seen this, I'm not going to trade in this market. You see, this was a nice, strong uptrend. We are not looking for sales. Never sell in a strong uptrend, and we took some sales though, and we got clapped. So it's just we only lose because there is always a reason to why we lose, and this was the reason. I knew it. I knew that this was a stronger, but I took a sell because I felt like, okay, strong uptrend is over. There was a big pullback here, but no, the strong uptrend still continues. So if you are looking for sells on XPS 500, you should be looking for opportunities. Any pullback, you should be looking for any pullback. What? Any pullback that counts, you should be looking for what? Buying opportunities, not sells. SPS uptrends, strong uptrends, look for straightly buys. Weak uptrends, look for what? That's where you can look for sells, some pullbacks or something. But I've been selling US 13. You guys have been seeing how I'm losing. Like, it's just me violating my own rules. So there's always a reason. I'm not seeing Nasdaq. I don't know. I'm not seeing Nasdaq. I'm not seeing Nasdaq. I'm not seeing Nasdaq. I'm not seeing Nasdaq. Oh, did I delete Nasdaq? Okay, there's Nasdaq. All right, so this one you were saying Nasdaq is this 1D chart of Nasdaq. So guys, let's try to analyze. Is this a strong uptrend or a weak uptrend?
Strong uptrend.
Anyone else? What do you guys think? Strong uptrend or?
I think
A
it's
strong uptrend.
Look
it's
at
a
this
strong one, but I
pullback.
think at
This
the point,
pullback.
yeah.
This pullback. This pullback. This pullback. Nasdaq is whoa. Still an uptrend. Yes, it's a strong uptrend. It's a strong up, still a strong uptrend. Nevertheless, the pullback is still a strong uptrend. Very, very strong, right? So you are not trying to look for selling opportunities here, right? Never be a sell. I used to say when Bitcoin was was having a strong uptrend, was it last 4 months? Always used to say never be a bear in crypto, never sell cryptos. But today I'm selling cryptos. I'm selling Bitcoin not because I want to sell, but because there has been lots of pullbacks. You could see the pullback that occurred last few months on Bitcoin from 60 something K to from 50K to 32K and went back from 32K to 66, went from 66 to 55. It's been big pullback in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, you are confident of selling, but if you come to see some market like this, though you know that this is a higher high, a higher low here, a higher high. Yes, you're looking for selling opportunities, but why sell the market? Don't sell at all. Just await. Just watch the market. Just watch the market like this, and just watch the market have the pullback. Let the sellers be done before you take your entries for buys. That's how you trade smart, but not often. You follow the rule. You don't trade often, because if you're going to trade often, trust me, you are going to take 10 trades. You're going to lose. You're going to lose 5. You're likely to averagely, you're likely to win 5, likely to lose 5, and at the end of the day, you are still at a drawdown, and you would spend 10 hours in on the chart and still make nothing. A lot of people are trading, a lot of people are analyzing the chart well, but they are not making money because of these simple nuggets. All right, so Nasdaq is in a. I'll be looking for buying opportunities strictly on Nasdaq. I sold Nasdaq recently and I got clapped. It's just because, not because not because I'm not good at what I'm doing, but because of these basic mistakes that we all repeat. We keep on repeating these mistakes. So when someone loses and he comes to me and I tell the person that, yo, you are doing something wrong, they'll be like, yo, I'm not doing something wrong. I've been doing this. Sit down, analyze the whole thing. Well, again, there is always something wrong that you are doing. And we are all humans. It's very hard, or it's very tough to, always be right. You are not perfect. Definitely, you are going to make some mistakes along the way, So GBPs we've taken just one trade. Right. So on the 4-hour time frame, this whole thing is ranging, right? We don't want to take selling opportunities strictly, right? Because yes,
price is not moving.
Yes, prices exactly. Yes, it could also fake you out and have a breakout. You don't want to take it straight. So what you are going to do, this is where we use what sell stops. Okay, this is where you use sell stops below this whole area, right? Below this box. When we say this box, you are just trying to put, you're just trying to draw something in a consolidated area. Right, you're trying to draw something in a consolidated area, so you're just waiting for price to break below this level, then you can definitely catch the vibe. And this is also a weak uptrend. You know that this is going to also fall in one day to come. You know that this is also going to fall one day to come, soon come, because it's a weak uptrend, lots of pullbacks. So yes, you can be using sell stops here. You can be using sell stops. It's a very nice trade. You can be using sell stops here, and you know how rand is very, very volatile. If you are even getting 100 pips on rand, you are going to be rich. So we see a whole 430 pips on rand, or a whole 440 pips on rand. But our first rule of securing partials, what does it say?
Let's take some half.
Exactly. Don't look for the full thing, right? Look for at least something small. Let's say 400, you target 200 at least. Yeah, okay, or let's say 250 to this whole next zone. You don't really care about, because you fear of price rejecting, right? Something like this could happen. We were having a buy. People were thinking this could buy straight here, and what happened? Price fell back to what? Your entry before going up again, and that's what has been happening in this November market. This happened November, right? That's what has been happening in this November market. So if you're not really careful, you can lose a lot of money.
That was last week, the manipulation time.
Yes, that was last week. Even the manipulation is still on. I'm even surprised I'm trading this week, but it's going to be on till 17th of December, and it's not like we are not going to. We are still going to just watch the manipulations to be over 17th of December. I'll teach you guys how to, read news, right? How to understand, how to look at these how to understand this inflation news, interest rate news, like cash interest news, cash flow news, those kind of news, this kind of news. Let's go to Forex Factory. Look, cash rate news, this kind of news, cash rates, monetary policy, this, you have to understand them. You just don't see hawkish, dovish, and you have to understand this kind of news. If you understand this kind of news, for USD there's inflation till 17th December. So you know that the market is going to be very, very unstable. US30 is not going to be very stable. It's just going to go up, come down, play along the way or play around the way till 17th December. And is it going to be you not trading till 17th December? No, you're not going to trade till 17th. You have to trade. Oh, I took this trade. Nice. You can see this. It broke below and nice. Extend. We are not doing VIX here. Right, you should try to understand those things. So let's go to GBP. I think we should use sell stops. That's going to be the best trades to do. So sell stops at 21 points. How do you calculate pips on Alibaba? You don't calculate pips, we calculate points. It's just the same thing as calculating pips on Nasdaq. So sell stop at 2104. Okay, sell stop at 2104. And our TP would be somewhere here, 250 pips. Wow. Our TP would be here. You should ask me what lot size should I be using. I would guide you on using the lot size. 0.80. That's 250 pips. We are not trying to target everything, because price could come to price could come here. We are looking for buys, then it will reject back to our entry. We don't want that to happen. So it's very possible price can come here, then reject back before coming down or having a breakout. I'm expecting a big breakout or a big fall here. You can see it's already selling. But we want to take the trade very, very with a very, very, very sniper entry or with major confirmations, right? Understand the market for yourself. That's all there is to do. If you really understand the market, trading becomes fun. And we try to put stop loss at where stop loss should be put. There are a lot of wicks here, so we try to put stop loss above the wicks. Yeah, above the whole wicks. Put stop loss at where stop loss needs to be. That's like 60 pips or 50 pips, 55 pips. I want it's 250, so we can have a larger stop loss. Let's say 70 pips is okay. Yep, 70 pips would be okay for us. So we are risking 70 pips for 250 pips. Stop loss at 2-1. I'm only using 70 pips. Someone asked me the other time that, Elvis, why is your live streams normally your stop loss could be 70 pips or 50 pips, 40 pips? Don't you think we can blow our account? Now listen, you can be, your stop loss could be you could be 70 pips, 60 pips, and you still be safe. You still, it's all about your proper risk management, right? I can give you a $10 10 pip. Last time we traded on a 10 pip stop loss. I can give you a 5 pip stop loss. Like, we can be trading on smaller time frames if you guys want. Seven, that's like 70 pips. This is a swing trade. Most trades that I give here are swings. I'm thinking long term, right? Unless you guys want us to, you know, scalp, we can scalp too, but I mostly love thinking long term. So sell stop on GBP ZAR. Who gave us this trade? It's good, thanks. Stop loss at 21.127. You can just take a picture or something. I would enter this market after the live. I'll not enter it now. Okay, so let me just take a picture. Right, stop loss here, 21127, 70 pips stop loss. Sell stop here, 2104. TP is 250 pips, right? This, I use the 4-hour time frame. So after this session, you can go back to your 4-hour time frame. If you don't want to use 70 pips stop loss as we are using, you can go into the smaller time frame, like the 1-hour time frame. You know, the smaller time, like, I love 30 minutes than 15 minutes. You can go to 15 minutes time frame, you know, and be looking for stop loss like 20 pips. If you are going to use a stop loss, there's a kind of support here, another support here, another support here. You try to put your stop loss above the support to prevent, you know, stop loss hand. That's why I place my stop loss, and you can be having this 20 pips or 30 pips stop loss if you want, but I always try to put stop loss at where stop loss should be kept, far away from stop hands area, because it's a strong support, right? This is a strong support. This is holding the whole price up. You can see this holding the whole price up, this holding the whole price up. So if price could break below this whole support, it's guaranteed that yes, we would be having a next support here. This could be our next support. The previous support could be the new resistance. This could be a new resistance, and if price could come back to the resistance, it means the trade has been invalidated, and it could come definitely to the resistance before going back down. That's where stop hands are. So you have to know where to, you know, move. Like I always say, stop loss should always be placed at where stop loss should always be placed. Stop loss should always be at where stop loss should be placed, and don't never trade without stop loss, right? Some say God is our stop loss. Man, that's silly. You're only going to blow account if you keep holding a trade without stop loss, all in the name of having hope. I don't know, all in the name of, you know, all these memes or stuff. I don't know. Right, so this is going to be our second trade. So 2 trades so far. They're just pending orders. Today's a USD holiday. There's nothing really to trade, right? Please, what is GBP ZAR on Eagle F? I think it's GBP ZAR is in the exotic session.
Yeah, I actually checked it. It's not there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't traded this pair before. I'll figure it out and let you guys know. GBP ZAR, okay. Okay, we have just Euro ZAR and USD ZAR. Wow, on Eagle FX, because I've never traded this pair before. It seems strange to me, but it's all good. If your broker can, you can take it. Let's go to what our broker can. Euro JPY. Okay, someone says Euro JPY. if you are here just to copy signals, I don't think that's the right reason why you should be here. You shouldn't be here at all. If you are here to copy signals, you shouldn't be here at all. The goal, it wasn't even about signals. The goal was just to, right now.
Understand how you see the market.
Yes, exactly. Give educational content to people to understand, the market for itself. All right. So, what is the trend of this market?
At this moment, I think this is more like a ranging.
Okay, Wills.
Yeah, looks like consolidating, ranging.
Yeah, it's still ranging market.
Yes. Price is still ranging. So ranging, normally we wouldn't take the trade, but if you can understand the market, it's very easy. If you understand what you're looking for in the market, it's very, 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 very easy. And that's why I said strategies wouldn't save you. You have to understand the market for yourself. Even sometimes when I post signal, I know people even come to my DM and tell me that, Elvis, I don't think this market is going to go this way, and I listen to them. It's their understanding of the market, and everyone has a different way of seeing the market. Now, this on a 4-hour time frame, right? What trend is this?
Downtrend.
Can we call this a downtrend?
Well, on the 4 hours, probably not, maybe.
Okay, let's go to the 1-hour time frame.
Yeah, I think it's still a downtrend. Yeah?
Now, this is not a downtrend.
Then it's ranging, right? Afterwards.
This is also ranging, right? Why is this ranging? Now, look at this. Downtrend, you have series of what? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? Lower lows, lower highs. What should have happened? There should have been another lower low to break the previous lows, and we didn't have that. Do you get it? We didn't have that, so we are not looking for selling opportunities here. This is not a downtrend. It looks like a downtrend, and I know a lot of people will fall for this, and will be selling this market because they've seen what's double top, and they'll be selling this market to this whole thing. I used to be doing all these things, but it was a 50-50 thing for me. I was just gambling or something. So yes, people would definitely draw trend line like this without even understand whether it's a downtrend, because market is going down doesn't mean it's a downtrend. Yes, and we will draw it this way, and we'll draw another trend this way, and we'll say it's a downtrend. Price has to come here, then go up. But at the end of the day, it's not a downtrend. It's not a downtrend at the end of the day. But
I have this one question. When do you determine a downtrend? Like looking at which view?
Okay.
Like which hours? Like which range?
Great. Downtrends, like I said, mostly 90% of the market is ranging. You are going to find mostly 90% of the market ranging and just 10%. So your thing is just to find just 10% which pair is going to range and which pair is going to trend. Sorry.
And which time frame are you looking at to determine 1 day?
1D. If 1D is trending, right? Now look at this. If 1D is trending and 4-hour time frame is trending, you should go for that trade. That trade is very valid. Those are the trades that you should be looking out for. 1D, if 1D is trending, 4 hours is trending, 1 hour is trending, you should be looking for what? You should be looking to take that trade. But if 1D is ranging, right? If 1D is ranging and 4 hour is trending, you should also take that trade. Or 1 hour you should always take that trade. If you're a scalper and if 1D is ranging, 4 hour is ranging, 1 hour is ranging, but 15 minutes and 30 minutes is trending, you should take that trade based on what? The 30 minutes.
Your strategy and your logic, right? Yeah, okay.
On the 30 minutes, it's very simple because price on the bigger time frame is ranging on the 1D time frame, but when you come to the smaller time frame on the 15 minutes time frame or on the 30 minutes time frame, it looks like it's trending. You can get some 30 pips, 20 pips, and you are out of the market that way. Do you get it?
Yes.
You can get some 30 pips or 20 pips in the market and you are done for the day. You don't need to always trade with. I always trade with the 4 hours, the 1 hour, because I'm a
You
swing
look for
trader.
small opportunities, like if you're looking at the like 15-hour ranging
yes,
time
you're
frame.
looking for
Huh?
small. Yes, if you're
Okay.
using 15 minutes, you're looking for small opportunities like 30 pips, 40 pips.
Okay,
And
thanks.
this is for those that use big lot size. Because if you're going to use big lot size, let's say US30, you are targeting just TP2 or TP1 on US30 signals, and you are done for the day. But if you're using small accounts like $500, that's where you try to target 100 points, 200 points, even target all the TPs. And at the end of sometimes trade will go to profits and reverses against you straight to hit stop loss, and you end up losing more funds than making more funds. Right, so this could be a nice trade, but it doesn't fit into my rules. The way I trade, it doesn't fit into it at all. And if something doesn't fit into something, it looks like a sell. It looks like a sell. I think a lot of people will sell this market, and market makers know that a lot of people will be selling this market because they don't understand the market. They don't really understand, this whole. There's not a range. There's not a downtrend. Downtrend, I'm selling. So they think if market is going down, they should sell. No, it's not something like that. Okay, so let's leave this to Euro JPY. I wish we could take this straight too, but man, downtrend, you're looking for, but there's not a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, yes, lower highs, but it should have come here. We should have had that touch. Then we know that we are going. But let's see. Maybe it has also change of strength. It's now going to form an uptrend. We don't know. An uptrend like this. Let's just leave it. Anytime you are thinking too much on a trade, it's not the right trade. Anytime you are thinking, oh, is this sure? Is it certain? I was speaking to some guys earlier today that trading psychology, right? There are some trades. If you're having $1,000 account, you go hard on them. And there are some trades you're having $1,000 account, you don't go hard on them. Some trades, you know that definitely this trade is going to fall. Let's say, USDT has to fall. It's a must fall. You know that you try to risk everything. You try to use big lot size. Try to capitalize on all the wins here. Sometimes you have to go hard. Sometimes you ask yourself, it looks risky. I'm not sure. Let me just give it a try. Let's see. If you start saying, let's see, if you start saying, let's see, I think, I feel, then that means that trade is not certain. Risk low, risk little, risk what you can afford to lose. Unless you're really, 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 really sure on the trade. Like what happened on Bitcoin, I knew that Bitcoin has to fall down to 52k, but it didn't go to 52k. It went to 55k. It went to 55k, and I sold it from 57,800, and that's like 280 pips for me. So I raised big on 280 pips. I'm out of the market, €7,000, and I'm out. So I didn't really bother whether it's going to go to 52k or 50k. That's how smart sometimes. When you know that move is going to, you just take it, make one big money, and you're out. Like something like that. All right, check Euro USD. We're not trading Euro USD pairs today. You're not trading USD pairs today, whether base or quotes.
Let's check Euro CHF.
USD. We're not trading base and quotes USD.
Euro CHF.
Euro CHF.
Yeah.
Right. Euro CHF, okay, same thing as it correlates with Euro JPY actually. So whatever will happen on Euro JPY will also happen on Euro CHF.
Okay.
It correlates, so there's no need to.
US 30 quick scalp, 5 minutes.
I'm not trading USD today. I already said it.
Oh, like check if it's valid, like 5 minutes.
No, it's bank holiday. I don't really. Okay, let's just check it and see. Okay, so what is that? You want to go for a sell?
Yeah.
You want to go for a sell?
5 minutes.
You're
like
seeing something this, and you're seeing this.
Yeah.
But obviously, to be honest, the trend lines then they work for the lower time frame, like serious.
Yes, they work.
Hey, 1 minute, 5 minutes, serious scalping.
Now you have to be scalping. You don't need that. Well, Man, I'm not trading US 30 today. I'm not trading. It's not.
But it works. It works.
It works. Of course, it has to work. It can come here to 820, then go up, have the W blah 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 go up. But nice, it's good. I'm not going to take. You guys can take it if you're under this session. You want to take. You can raise low, take it. Right, could come here, but you're not targeting the. Like I always say, you're not targeting the full thing, right? Target something small. So 820 should be your target. That's like 40 points. And do I look like a 40, 40 someone who wants a 40 points? Nah, man. Like just leave it. Where would your stop loss be? Above this, right? That's like 890. So it's like you're risking 30 points for 40 pips. 1:1.2. Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. Oh, but you can scalp, Ima. You can scalp. We will be praying for you. I wouldn't be taking this. It's not a trading day on US. I actually went back to my drawing board and I realized that recently I've been violating a lot. Last week was a good week for me. When you are winning more, sometimes it gets into your head. And you start, doing some new things, some other stuff. You start violating your rules. Those days I used to trade. I used to have a book. It's not here. I used to have a book, and I would just open it. Okay, this rule says this. This rule says this. I have a book that I've drawn. I've named that book US 30, and I've drawn a lot. When I lose money, I write it down, and I try to draw the candle pattern or the candle formation that made me lose that money. So it's just like me now revising. So anytime I see this same move on the market, I try to open a book and I'll be like, okay, this has happened before. So I know that if I go for a sell, let's say I'm going to lose money. So I'll be going for what? Buys. And that's how I really mastered US 30. It's just like you just have to pick one pair or two pairs. It could be GU, it could be GBP, any pair, just one pair, and try to, whenever you lose on it. Now I'm trying to master gold. You guys see me now doing lots of gold. I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm trying to master gold. And anytime I lose on gold, I try to write it down, like what I told you guys today, that I lost on gold, not because I wasn't good. I caught all this whole almost 600-700 pips, but I was too greedy. Just to catch these small pips, just to catch this. When markets even gave me profit and I didn't take profit, I'm like, okay, I have to catch this whole thing. And it reversed against me. It's not like I'm not good, but it's just because I violated my rules.
So it's all about discipline, right?
It's all about discipline. I became indisciplined. I violated my rules. It's not like, look, it has gotten to this trend line. I was like, okay, let me just. I'm expecting a breakout to this zone. Let this price get to this full zone before I take my full TP. And there was a trend line here. When price gets to trend line, you should be looking to take your profit and see whether there's going to be a breakout or a rejection. You just have to now wait. Right, so I wasn't complaining yesterday. I was just, okay. I was like, okay, I lost.
What made you do that?
What made me do that? Sometimes it is what it is. You can't really explain it. We are humans. We are all born to sometimes, go against our rules.
Don't get distracted by your gold digger videos, okay?
Yeah, yeah, maybe the gold digger videos too could be a part. So I was really surprised. And later, whenever you lose money and you look at the thing you see that, okay, so this was ranging, why was I trading on this, and blah blah, and already you've lost money, and a lot of people have lost money, and it gets to you. But don't worry, we are going to recover on gold, definitely. Let's just patience. If we break above this whole zone, we can catch this whole move again, and that's like 600-700 pips. So whatever the market gives, it takes back. So whatever the market takes, it gives back. So we're definitely going to have, like what happened here. You could see we waited for almost 1 week, and we caught a nice breakout, and we had all these moves. The same thing will happen here. Consolidates. We get the whole move, or it breaks below. That's a breakout. Break and retest. Boom. Still going to get the move. So sometimes yes, we go from our normal plan. I think I have to go back into yesterday. I started reading back my US 30 book. I had to go back to the drawing board because I was like I've been hitting stop loss this whole week, and sometimes it just be like that. You have to go back to the drawing board, not trade, not revenge the market, but go back to the drawing board. Why did I lose? Why? And it was very simple. US30, I knew that I wasn't trading. I was trading with purely technicals. I wasn't focusing on news anymore, and that was why I lost. I've been losing on US30. There was actually, I think, a sell news, no, a buy news that came up, but I was selling because technicals was saying a sell and fundamentals was saying a buy. I didn't really pay attention to fundamentals. I'm a fundamental trader, and if a fundamental trader is now looking at sells on technicals, definitely you're going to lose. And I went back to my drawing. I was like, okay, this, so it's all good. Sometimes you have to lose and go back to your drawing board and know what you're doing wrong. All right. So what other pay? Anything on FTMO? Yes, FTMO. There's something on FTMO today. I purchased one. People think I'm not serious about this FTM. I'm really serious.
Maybe you do a video on WhatsApp.
I'm really serious.
Elvis,
Yes.
please, I want you to advise traders to relax on this FTM.
Pardon?
Like, I want you to emphasize or advise traders on this FTM because the thing is going to be so easy because you are trading with a bigger account and those things. So
it's never easy now. Nothing is easy. If it's easy, everyone would have been been profitable. Now look at this. Let's say you have a 100K account. Let's go look at FTMO.
Yeah.
Now this is FTMO.
Maybe
Now-
you do a video on the website.
Yes, maybe I should do a video on for YouTube, right? Maybe I should. What do you guys think?
YouTube or
All right, but let me just give you a quick. I'm going to start a challenge. I bought 10K, I bought 25K, I bought 50K, I bought 100K, I bought 200K, right? And I bought a 400K on another. So I have like 6 accounts on FTMOs that I'm running now. But I passed 10K even in 2 days. I passed 10K with just the gold BTC, and I was done. It's left with 25K. I haven't passed these things. I actually should have passed this 25K, but gold didn't allow me to pass it. That account that I posted on the freeze challenge yesterday with 1K profit, that was it. I needed just $400 to pass it. I needed just $400 and gold reversed back. You guys saw it. So I was like, damn. So this is it, right? You have a $10,000 account, $25,000 account, $50,000 account, and these guys are willing to give you these things, it's like you are trading for them, right? It's like you are trading for them. And this is the whole challenge. They've given you 30 days, right? For $10,000 account, they've given you 30 days. 30 days, you have to make for 30 days you have to make just $1,000, just $1,000 in 30 days.
oh, and I say you.
Listen, it sounds simple, but it's not simple. Why a lot of people failing? In 30 days, you just have to make $1,000 on a $10,000 account. If you can, that's a profit target. But you also mustn't you also mustn't have a maximum daily loss of $500. That means if the account is $10,000, right? Listen, they are not ready to fund gamblers. They are not ready to fund, people would gamble with their money. People would, they are not ready to fund them. Right? They are not ready to fund them. So it's like, trade for me, trade for this company. So if you are having a $10,000 account and you have minus $500 to draw down, and you have, let's say, $9,500 left on the account, it's gone. You're out of the challenge. So you must always make sure that you are making, or you are seeing rate of at least $450 on a $10,000 account daily. Do you get it? But the whole target, the profit target is very, you have 30 days. That means you have to apply proper risk management. 30 days, you have 30 days just to make $1,000 on a $10,000 account. You can yes, you can quickly, like even in 10 days, in 1 week, just apply proper risk management. And even if you fail, listen, even if you fail, they are going to even refund. That's why I love FTMO. That's one of the reasons why I chose FTMO over Forex funds, and those. They are going to refund your money to you even if you fail the challenge. Do you get it? Even if you fail the challenge, they are going to and after you first pass this first challenge, you go to the second phase. That's the verification stage, and they will give you 60 days. 60 days, same thing. Just make $500 of that $10,000 account that they've given you. Again, don't lose more than $500 in a single day. And now they will give you the account that, okay, bro, boss, now this is a live account. Any money you now make, give us 90%. Give us, it's 90 now. Take, is it 80?
Yeah, you will take 80.
All right, so just take 80% profit and give us 20%. So it's, in a way, you are giving us 20. They know that even if they are making $20 from 20% from you, 20% from someone, 20%, when they add it together, it's going to be something good for them, for their pockets. But they just need you to what? Prove yourself. And proving yourself on a 10, I passed this. You think I wouldn't pass a $10,000 account making $500? Man, that was an easy job for me. Like, and I got funded, and I said this, that I'm going to give this as, you know, I'm going to give this this account as a gift to someone. I don't know whom. Right? I'll think of
that's very nice of you, man.
I'm here.
That's very nice.
Hey, just go and if you're a good trader, I'm just looking for one good trader, just one, and I'll just give the account to you. But you're also going, as they are paying, you're also going to pay me. It's business, right? It's business.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, of course.
So if let's say they are paying you 80%, if they are paying you 80%, you also give me, let's say, 30%, and you keep 50%. In the way you are working for me, I'm also, you know, praying for you as work. So
Smart.
It's also good. So these whole accounts, I'll give them, if I pass 25K, so I'll give it to someone. Just use it. Just good traders, just use it. Because if you're also going to value this through, the account will also be gone, and then you have to now restart the challenge again. Do you get it?
So how can we get access to
they'll give you the money back in case you lose.
They'll just give you a refund fee, not your. Yes, in case you lose, if let's say you made let's say you start with a $10,000 and you've made $8,000, right? And you've made $8,000, and let's say you got the account, you your daily profits got violated, right? Your daily profit, daily loss got violated, and you've made 8,000. They'll give you 8,000, and they'll tell you, thank you, thanks for working with you, right? And they'll give you 8,000. So it now becomes your money. They'll just give you a share, and you now have to restart again. So that means I'm also, you know, giving you a risk. You know, I'm also risking my host capital to you. That, okay, you don't have capital, you just take a trade, but make sure you don't, you know, do this. That's for good traders. So I think this weekend I'll give someone this 10,000 to start Monday, and by next week I should pass these two challenges. This is a bit difficult, right? This is a bit difficult on the trading on the $200 accounts. It's really, you know, you have to use big lots. You can't be practicing proper risk management, and it's very, very risky, right? It's very, because you can use big lot size and still be losing, right? Any questions?
So you mean the 10,000 you passed, they paid you, right?
Pardon? No, I'm yet to have the live account, but I've passed it. I've passed both the verification, and in 2 days, easy. But there's nothing to boast about, because, man, it's even a kid can pass this 10,000. Everyone is now trying to pass 100 and 200, because they know that if they get funded a $100,000 account, man, you are good. Life would be good. because it's easy to trade on a big account, and you use big lot size, especially when you know that this gold is going to use big lot size. You can make $20,000 a day, and you quickly withdraw. That's where you can have fun, because it's not your money. You don't bear the risk. Even if you blow the account, it's not your money. You don't care. You know. It's risk free. It's better you do this than sometimes blow your own account, your own funds, and you redeposit. Why don't you use this? I was thinking about it. I'm like, yo, this makes sense. I wasn't really a fan of. You guys know this.
It's worth it.
You guys know this. I'm not a fan of prop firms. I always despise it. But at the second thought, I feel like most of my guys, most of my students don't have really big capitals. Everyone is trying to trade US30 on a $100 account or on a $500 account. So why don't you show them this thing? Help them pass the challenge. Even if you help them pass the challenge, it becomes easier.
It's worth it. Yeah.
So that's why I think I put a whole long message on the page. If you read it, fine. If you didn't read it, it's also good. Right.
Then I'll go for it because it's good.
Would you be charged? Yes,
Elvis,
you would be
who was
charged.
that message from? The message you shared on the.
Yeah, I had it from someone.
Okay.
He's also a pro trader. He was actually the one telling me that you have to tell your people about this.
Oh, okay.
He's a pro trader in US. He was talking to me. But yes, you have to pay for the challenge. Definitely, you have to pay. I think 10,000. You pay $80 or 86 something. Right, I'll make a YouTube video and I'll explain this whole thing. Right, trust me, I'll definitely record myself. Tomorrow is Friday. We'll trade Friday to then Saturday. Saturday, we will not trade Saturday, so I'll post this on Saturday. Right, so you guys really get it.
Elvis, I was checking Cardano. I sent a setup on Cardano that is going to sell before we have a pump over 200%.
All right, so if you are in that US set, you should be looking to take it at 820.
Yeah, but that one day it works. Yeah, it works.
Right, so you should be looking to take it at 820.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm not really going for 40 pips, 50 pips, man. It's good. It's good if you're risking big. Fair enough. It's very good.
I think this is my third time seeing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so I think today was really a boring day, yes, but it was worth it. It was worth the knowledge and everything. Right. I hope you guys learned a lot today. Right, you could see gold. If you hadn't taken partials on gold, we would have hit stop loss on gold. That's why I told you guys to close, man. This is consolidating. You don't want to be part of this whole mess. Either it breaks above, you go for a buy. It breaks below, we go for a sell. Either ways, we still make profits. Right, so we saved ourselves. We saved ourselves.
Elvis, what time will the Alibaba market open?
It's not open.
No, it's not open. Is it open?
It should. It should.
It's open.
It's opened. It should open. It should open.
Let me refresh.
It should open. All right. So, Benjamin, thanks for pulling through. Emmanuel, thanks for pulling through. Michael Asante, thanks for pulling through. Safas, thanks for pulling through. Christoph, thanks a lot for pulling through. Desmond Archery, thanks for pulling through. Edgar, though we didn't hear from you today, thanks for pulling through, and thanks to everyone that joined. Today was a bit slow. Market was a bit slow, but it's worth it. We try to understand the market this way, and we are looking for the best opportunities, right? We are trying to look for the best opportunities, not the ones that we should trade. We are trying to just look for the best opportunities to trade. So even if we come here and sometimes we don't take any trade, our markets are slow. It's also profitable. We've preserved our capitals for tomorrow. Okay, we've preserved our capitals for tomorrow, right? So I'll give you guys more updates on FTM. We are going to start the challenge Monday, but I hope people can really have, because the 10K is really easy to pass. It's really, really easy to pass. If I can help a lot of people pass their FTMOs, life would be very, very easy, and taking signals would be very, very easy, and people wouldn't complain of trading on US30 on $50 accounts and $100 accounts and blowing them and redepositing and blowing them. You're just going to, keep on depositing, blowing. This is going
I have
to
a
be.
question.
All right, what's your question?
What are the qualifications that you need to have before you can get access to the 10,000 funds?
All right, don't worry, I'll just do a YouTube video. I think a lot of people are really interested in this.
I think I'm saying from you, the one that responds, the giveaway.
Oh yes, I'll give more. I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I should do to give someone that account. Right, I don't know. Yet I'm starting FTMO challenge Monday with my VIP. Right, so tomorrow is the last day to take advantage of the whole promo thing, right? Better save. One course is $150. Now you get it for just $90. Better save some capital and get it the vibes than wait to get it $150 later, right? All right, so this is a link to my recommended broker, Eagle FS. This is a link to the synthetics. If you see me posting step index derive, step index VIX, jump, and all those things, you can use this link to register. Eagle FS, my broker. You can also follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and you can always like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube, share it to friends, let them join, let them come learn for free. And you can always ask questions on the comment section. And today we didn't have fun actually. If you want to pay for mentorship, you can use this link too. And always know that I'm not a financial advisor. All content is provided here is strictly for educational purposes, and I'm not promising anyone guaranteed money. Trade at your own risk, apply proper risk management, trade with money that you can afford to lose. So tomorrow we are still going to go again. Tomorrow should be much more fun, right? Tomorrow should be fun. I may post a GBP trade today because of the news. I'll be trading this news, and we have tomorrow is just going to be technical. I'm going to trade US30 gold and all those things. I hope by then gold should have broken out, and we would definitely get the vibes that way. So God bless everyone for joining. I'll try and send some signals later today. The GBP either GBP USD or GBP JPY or something. Like I'll send a signal right later, a bit later. But for now, markets are just chill, nothing to trade. Stay off the markets, preserve your capital for tomorrow, and see you tomorrow. I hear some pro. Is US30 going well? Okay, it's going well. So that's where you should look. You should look forward to taking your partials. I didn't take this though because man, I can't. Right. So.
Take care. Thanks a lot.
All right. So take care, guys. God bless everyone, and see you tomorrow.
All right.
All right, man. Good night.